Hey guys, Coach Jay here, and today we are going to talk about no, I will not work with your rebellious kid. And, we're going to talk about that. I'm a mental performance coach. I live down in Florida, and I work with a ton of kids in the Atlanta, Georgia area because that's where I used to live. So I work with high school athletes that are going to compete in college sports, and I also work with college athletes. And so I want to kind of talk about the rebellious kids and why those kids' careers overall are short lived. And so, whenever people fill out an application with me, I always ask on there, does your child want to work with me? And if they say no, that's as far as it goes because I'm not going to spend my time trying to convince a rebel kid that my system works. It's not enough money to do that. I just don't like these rebel kids. If you decide you're going to play sports, that means that you're going to say no to a lot of things. And so especially at the high school level, if you're going to play sports, that means you got to say no to drugs. And in a lot of cases, you're not going to even be able to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend because you don't have the time to do it. But I've worked with kids in the past that were sneaking out of their house at night, sneaking out drinking, just being involved in things during the weekdays. And basically, the parents had plenty of money, but I don't want to be your child's parent. If you don't have control of your household, you're not going to be a good client for me. That's not the lane that I work from. I'm trying to work with smart kids, good kids, people that are trying to make a positive difference in the world. Not I'm not trying to teach a con man how to be better at his job. And so, a lot of these kids, they always have a choice, and they choose to be destructive. They choose to be selfish, and I cannot really be involved with those kind of kids because there's enough of the other kids that want to work hard, that want to commit to their sport, they want to get better at their sport. Um, I, that's that's where I want to spend my time. And so, these rebel kids, they don't want to do things by the rules. They what time do you go to bed? We go to bed after midnight. Is there any rules about the phone? No, there's no rules about the phone. They can be on their phone 24 hours a day. Nobody cares. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work, especially for me. And the truth is that just growing up, seeing a lot of players over the years, there are a lot of rebellious players that have made it to the highest levels. The As a general rule, they tend to burn out quicker. So they're either caught for marijuana, they fail a drug test. It's usually going to happen at the worst time, and when that kind of thing happens, I don't want to be invested in that person, and it's hard when you are invested in that person. Even with teams that I cheer for, when you find out that people are dismissed or suspended or kicked off the team, it's really just disappointing. And so, I don't want to work with your rebellious kid. As long as you're paying the bills, you should be running your own household. I don't want to be involved with a kid who does what he wants. He has his own vehicle. He comes and goes. Girlfriend comes over. I just don't want any piece of that. So if that's something that you're a part of, don't call me. Don't email me. Don't send me anything. I just don't want to be a part of it. You deal with that chaos for the next 30 years, and you have the sleepless nights, and I've gone to kids I went to high school with that live that lifestyle, and they've already been buried. They are dead. and it was because of that type of lifestyle. So, if your kid wants to be rebellious, I'm not the guy to fix it. That's not my lane. There are other people out there that do that, and I'm not in the business of recommending people for that, but I'm just telling you, I don't want that kind of business. So, that being said, for the people that are hardworking, a kid wants to do it by the rules, they want to get better, bigger, stronger, faster. You can find me on X, College Scout FB. You can find me on Psychology Today as Coach J. And sportsintervention.com is my webpage. So, till next time, see ya.